biodegradable, and environment friendly. Okay, like preservatives, detergents, plastics, paints, some carry this mark. They are biodegradable. Okay, now this is one more activity. I told you this, like you can check out the products, okay, to see if they are carrying standardization marks or not. If they are carrying standardization marks or not. Okay, look for advertisements of an ISO 9000 certified company in the categories of products and services. ISO 9000 is a globally implemented standard given to products which provide assurance about the ability to satisfy quality requirements and to enhance customer service. Means very high, good quality products. They carry the mark ISO 9000. Okay. Then, then comes legislation. Certain laws have been passed by the government to protect your interests, protect the interest of consumers. For example, we have CPA, that is Consumer Protection Act 1986. Now it is called Consumer Protection Amendment Act 2000. Why, ma'am? What happens is that government makes some acts, okay, in the later years, okay, but we know that scams and all they happen, okay. So some scams and all they come into the knowledge of the government later after they have already made the act. Now what to do? This scam happened, we don't have any law about it. Then they make changes or additions in the act that was passed previously. Then they make additions of the laws in the act that was passed previously. This is known as amendment. This is known as amendment, means that addition to the previous act. Okay, some new changes and some new laws they put in the previous act. So that is why now it is called, and year is also changed according to the time where they made changes and additions in the act. So Consumer Protection Amendment Act 2002. Okay, this is what it is called now. Original was Consumer Protection Act 1986. After amendment, it is called Consumer Protection Amendment Act 2002. The Consumer Protection Act covers all goods and services. Consumer courts are set up at district, state, and national levels. There are three levels at which consumer courts are set up. Okay, district level. Okay, district, district, right? Then state level, like Rajasthan level, and then national level is on the whole India, level of the whole India. So if you have a smaller problem, you can take it to the district state. Okay, if the district state thinks that this is a major problem, they will pass it to the state courts, okay, consumer courts. If they think that it is a very major problem and a lot of people in India are suffering from it or affecting a lot of people, then it is passed to the national court. Okay, and then they solve it. Okay, now you can make your complaint in this courts according to the price of the product and at a nominal fee. Okay, also this is also according to the price of the product. Okay, like if it is a smaller price product, lesser price product, then to the district state courts. If it is a huge, like large priced product, okay, then national level court. Consumer organization. The consumer organizations help you in various ways. They provide information. There are some organizations that are made for the consumers, made to help the consumers. What they do, what are their functions? They provide information. They work for the welfare of the consumers, guide and guide the government to formulate consumer related policy. They make suggestions to the government also. Okay, this policy is needed. Then educate the consumers on various issues. Okay, various issues is what problems can arise, then arrange and conduct protest against anti-consumer activities. Okay. Sometimes when things that are not in the favor of consumers, okay, they protest against those things. You know what is a protest, right? You show you come together and you show your disagreement towards a cause. Okay, so they do that also. Then they test products for their quality and defects, and they also accept complaints from consumers to represent them in the consumer courts. Okay, so what is an example of such an organization? ICRPC. Okay, ICRPC is International Consumer Rights Protection Council. Okay, is one organization which is for the consumers to protect the interest of the consumers. It is registered as an NGO that helps and guides aggrieved consumers to file their consumer complaints with the Consumer Court in India. Okay, what is aggrieved? Aggrieved is those consumers which have been cheated, okay, which are facing a problem. Those are aggrieved consumers, okay, to file their consumer complaints with the Consumer Court in India. This organization helps them, okay. Now, in your area, there may be a consumer organization. Go and visit them to find out their activities, how do they work, and how can they help you. Homework for today, find out in your city what you have. Don't go there, okay? But Google it and find, do you have a consumer organization in your city or in your state? Okay, find that out. That is your homework. Your rights as a consumer. We will talk about this. Okay. Throughout the chapter, I was telling you have rights as a consumer. You have rights as a consumer. What rights? We will talk about it now. Okay, what rights do we have as consumers? Knowledge of consumer rights will help you to fight against the various malpractices adopted by salesmen and manufacturers. Let's read them. The first one is right to safety. A consumer has the right to demand safe goods and be protected against all harmful products like adulterated food or unsafe electrical appliances. For example, if your oven gives an electrical shock or your cooker bursts, then under the right to safety, you can file a complaint against the manufacturer. Okay, this is right to safety, that we have the right to be safe against products. Okay, especially electrical products, appliances. Okay, they may give a shock if you bought something, the fridge bursts, people's and oven bursts. So you can file a complaint against this, like against the manufacturers under this law, right to safety. Okay, then how what the government does. Government safeguards your right to safety by ensuring manufacturers and suppliers not to supply goods which are unsafe, unsuitable, defective, or of poor quality. Okay, recently milk containing urea was banned. Okay, there was milk that contained urea. It is a fluid. Okay, it is a fluid, or you can say that is found in our body. Okay, and that was found. I don't know. I have to study this case. If it was the cow's urea that was found in the milk. Okay, so they banned this milk. Okay, you can look it up and check. Okay, so this is our right to safety, right to be safe against even adulteration comes under this. Even adulteration also comes under this, not just getting electric shocks and all, but if somebody gives you or somebody sells you a product which is adulterated, which has some other things mixed in it. Okay, so you can file a complaint against this, right? Okay, now right to choose. A consumer has a right to choose a product from a variety of good quality products. For example, a shopkeeper cannot keep just one brand of a toothpaste. You are entitled to demand more choices of a particular product. Okay, so if the seller tries to no, 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 buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, okay, don't. Okay, like you have the right to buy what you want. Okay, they cannot pressurize you to buy something that you don't want to buy. Okay, but you have the right to choose and buy what you want to. And it is, and they have to, in their shop, they have to place all the brands of a particular product. If toothpaste is there, then they'll place all the brands of toothpaste. Anything else is there, they'll place all the brands of it. And you can choose what you want. Okay, right to choose. Government safeguards your right to choose by establishing procedures for community and consumer education about products. Okay, they safeguard your right to choose by establishing procedure for community and consumer education about products. What does this mean? They educate communities and consumers about the products. Okay. Now, right to be informed. A consumer has the right to demand information regarding a product, such as its quality, purity, potency, ingredients, price, etc. Okay, what does this mean? This means that if you want to know about a particular product, you have the right to ask the seller. Okay, what quality is this? What price it has? What is it purity level? What ingredients are used and everything? You have the right to know about it, the right to be informed about it. Thus, if the shopkeeper refuses to give you the booklet of the product before you buy the product, you can file a case against him. Okay, you can file a case against him. These are very little things if you take a look at it. Okay, these are very little things. Like they don't give a leaflet and you file a complaint. You know, this happened actually. People filed a complaint. They were compensated in thousands and lakhs. Okay, they were compensated in thousands of and lakhs of money. Okay, because they cannot make these small mistakes. Okay, it is very serious in consumer courts. It is a serious thing. Okay. So people get cheated and they don't do anything about it. They get cheated and come home. Okay. But if you do actually take an action, if you put that out there, then there is like they take it very seriously, the consumer courts. Government safeguards your right to be informed by issuing warnings along with advertisements of toxic products. If you've seen in movies, we watch movies. Okay, people are drinking in a movie. One line is written there that drinking is injurious to health. Or if somebody is smoking in some scene, they have that line that smoking is injurious to health. What is that? There is a law by government that when they display such things or when they display such movies and everything, shows and all, they have to give a warning. They have to give a warning to inform the people that this is injurious to your health. Even on these products, if you take a cigarette packet, turn it and see, it would be written there, warning, it is injurious to health. Okay, right to be informed.
If they
Yes,
don't, if the movie or the production doesn't put those like these signs, do they get
mhm.
fined?
Yes, Megan, they will get heavily fined. Okay, this is a very major law that they have to. Okay, they will get heavily fined for this if they don't put this line that it is injurious to health. Smoking is injurious, drinking is injurious to health. It comes, okay. Our like Indian movies, so it's definite. We have a law, okay. I'll have to check what is the law of the movies, Hollywood movies,
Yeah, because
okay.
I've
But
seen a lot of movies which don't have the
yes,
sign. So
yes, Hollywood movies, I have also seen that they don't have the sign, but Indian movies will always find that there is the sign,
yeah,
okay. There is also when we go watch a movie in a theater, cinema hall, they have a whole advertisement on smoking and all. Okay, why is that? Because here in our country, this thing is there. Okay, they have a law now prohibiting deceptive packaging. Yesterday, I was watching a YouTube short, and in Japan, it was telling about Japan has a law that when they're selling the product, okay, we have images of our products on the outside packaging, like chips are there, Mad Angles is there, so you have Mad Angles on the chips on its covering, right? So we have like Japan, they have a rule that the product should be exactly the same size exactly the same size that is shown on the packet, and the same color and the same size. Okay, they check this. They check this that inside, if your mad angle is smaller than what is shown on the packet, it will not get approved to be sold. Okay, so they have these laws that now this comes under packaging, and if you are showing something else on the packaging, your product is something else, that is known as deceptive packaging. Okay, this is known as deceptive packaging. So Japan products, what you see outside on the packet, same thing you will get inside the packet. Okay, because they have this law. They have this law. Then right to represent. The right to be heard and to be assured that consumers' interests will receive due to consideration at appropriate forums. Okay, now you right to represent means that they will you can represent your problem to them. You can file it on appropriate forums and present it to the court. Okay, you can file it on appropriate forums and represent it at the court. Okay, that is your right to represent. Then the government safeguards your right to represent by publishing laws and policies concerning consumers so that they can comment on them. Okay, monitoring the comments or complaints made by the consumers and bringing them to the notice of the appropriate authorities, enabling consumers to use their rights by providing legal and financial assistance. Okay, the government provides you legal assistance, financial assistance, publishing laws and policies concerning consumers. Okay, so that we can comment on what's the meaning of this comment on them. Okay, see what whenever they form a new law or a policy, they publish it in the newspaper and in the media that this is a new policy, this is the new law, and this also gets them an idea of what the people are saying about it. We can share our views on what we think on this policy. Okay, like that. Right to be heard. A consumer has the right to express himself in the court if he has been cheated. This means you have the right to make a representation against any malpractice at any appropriate forum. This is discussed in detail in the later chapter. Okay. Now, if you have been cheated, you have the right to go and say that this happened to the court, okay, consumer court, and they will hear you. You have the right to be heard, right to seek redressal. The right to seek redressal against unfair trade practices or restrictive trade practices or unscrupulous exploitation of consumers. What is redressal? Redressal is similar to justice, right to seek justice. Okay, right to seek redressal, justice or compensation. Okay, you have the right. If you have been cheated, you have the right to seek justice and compensation. Okay, help. Okay, now unfair trade practices, we talked about it. Restrictive trade practices means that those things that the seller is not allowed to do, still they do. They are not permitted to do it, but still they do it. Unscrumptious exploitation of consumers, unfair or like exploitation of consumers that they should not be doing. For example, if a shopkeeper refuses to give you less than 1 meter of cloth, there is a restricted trade practice. This is a restricted trade practice, and you can file a case against the shopkeeper. Okay, next time I will file a case against the shopkeeper. This has happened with me and my mother a lot of times. A lot of
Yeah.
times. Why? Because they have a measuring rod, 1 meter. If you ask for half a meter, because sometimes you don't require 1 meter, our requirement is lesser. If you want half a meter, they refuse you. They say no, 1 meter, below 1 meter, we will not give. Okay, below 1 meter, we will not give. So, but this is a restricted trade practice. This is a restricted trade practice, and you can file a case against the shopkeeper. Okay, so remember this next time you go buy something. Government safeguards your rights to seek redressal by ensuring that consumers are allowed to play an equal role in the resolution of their disputes. Okay, you are allowed to play an equal role in the resolution of your dispute. Means that when the procedure is going on, okay, all the court and everything, the case and whatever is going on, you have the you're allowed to participate in that, okay, to see what's going on and what will go on, everything. Okay, then providing consumers with the right to compensate if they are injured as a result of unsafe goods or faulty services. Okay, if they are injured, if they are injured, okay, then they get compensation. What is compensation? Money. Okay, they get money if they are injured due to unsafe goods or some faulty services. Then they will get compensated, okay, by the government, by the court. Okay, so this is about redressal, seeking redressal. Then, right to consumer education. A consumer has a right to make himself aware of consumer evils in the society. Okay, what are the evils in the society? This all unfair trade practices. Okay, these are all consumer evils. This means that you should acquire the knowledge and abilities necessary for making wise and intelligent choices. We should know, we should have knowledge, okay, that knowledge so much as to not get cheated by sellers. Okay, okay. Government safeguards your right to consumer education by ensuring that consumer laws are written in a language which can be easily understood and monitors consumer awareness. Okay, the government they display the consumer laws in a language which can be easily understood and also checks if the consumers are aware or not. Okay, or how well the consumers are aware about it. What is government safeguards your right to this? Government safeguards your right to that. Okay, we are talking about the rights. Okay, these are the rights. Okay, then government safeguards your right to. This is what the government does to give that right to you. Okay, this extra point that is there, this sub point is the government's efforts to so that you can exercise this right. The government's efforts in giving you this right. Okay, this is that portion. All right. Now, right to basic needs. Right to basic goods and services guarantees dignified living. It includes what are the basic needs? Food, clothing, medicine, water, sanitation, shelter, education, light, okay, energy, transportation. These are what? Basic needs. Basic everyday needs, you can say. Okay, every day we need food and shelter and clothing and medicines, healthcare, sanitation, all of this. Okay, what happened, Megan? Um,
Is something happening outside?
Something happening outside. Okay.
Mhm.
Hmm. Okay. Um, yes. Now these are all our basic needs. Okay. Basic needs. Government safeguards your right to basic. We have the right to all of this. Okay. We have the rights to live in sanitation, for a shelter, for education, for food, clothing, healthcare. All of this are our basic needs. Okay. We have the right to these basic needs. Government safeguards your right to basic needs by providing. What does the government do, ma'am? Food. Okay, food is there. What does the government do for food? For our food, our parents are earning money. That's where we are getting our food. What is the government doing? What is the government providing water? Okay, so this is what they are doing. Rations at subsidized rate for low-income families. Now there are families which are of low-income groups. What government does? They provide them rations at subsidized rate. I explained you what is subsidized rates, low prices. very low minimum prices. Okay. At that rate, the government provides the ration to the families. Healthcare facilities, government hospitals. Okay. Free treatment you can go and take here. Free treatment you can go and take at the government hospitals. Safe drinking water, low cost housing. Housing also for low income groups. Government provides low cost housing facilities. Free basic and primary education. Okay. Do you know that this is like government schools? Government schools. Okay. They provide free or like primary till primary, very minimum uh, fees is paid, and they provide us education, free basic and primary education. This is all the government is doing to give us our rights, to safeguard our rights that are basic needs. Okay, this is a ration shop. Okay, this is a low cost housing scheme. Low cost housing scheme. Then this is healthcare facility. Okay, government hospitals and all. Then this is safe drinking water. Okay, hand pumps are installed. Okay, they are from the government. Okay, many people in the villages and all, they use them for their daily use. Okay, for their water purposes. Okay, have you seen this? Like villages, people are standing in line, coming, filling their water, taking their home. Then another person does this. So the hand pumps are installed by the government to provide them with safe drinking water. Okay. Then then we have right to healthy environment. This right ensures a physical environment that will enhance the quality of life. Okay. Physical environment, the environment around us in which we live. Okay. Just environment, not another some other dimension of environment. No, just the normal environment in which we live in. Okay. Um, it includes protection against environmental damage. It acknowledges the need to protect and improve the environment for future generations as well. You must be aware that vehicles have to obtain a pollution free certificate after every 3 months. Okay, they check our, I think, talked about it in your class or maybe level C, that you have to get your vehicle checked under pollution control, PC. Okay, pollution control, that if there is a like limit, okay, that above that your vehicle cannot cause pollution. Okay, above that limit, so they get it checked. You have to get your vehicle checked according to this limit. Okay, and you obtain the pollution free certificate every 3 months. Each one of us has a responsibility towards maintaining a healthy environment. Without our active cooperation, government cannot ensure a healthy environment either. Government safeguards your right to a healthy environment by promoting use of environmental friendly products, biodegradable. Okay. Encouraging recycling of consumer goods, ensuring pollution is minimized. Okay. Then every year, March 15th is celebrated as World Consumer Rights Day. Okay. March 15 is World Consumer Rights Day. You have to learn this, okay? For this chapter, you have to learn this. It is said to know that most of us are responsible for the malpractices prevalent in our society. How many of you can proudly call yourselves responsible consumers? Let's find out. Okay, so a lot of people are responsible for the malpractices prevalent in the society. Okay, and are we a responsible consumer or not? Okay, are we a responsible consumer or not? Okay, so that's what we have to find out. Your responsibilities as a consumer, we will do it tomorrow. Okay, from here, we will do tomorrow. First up, we'll do the activity. Okay, the activities we'll do. And then we will check out this, and then Monday we can do more activities, and then we can check out cases. Okay, so I'm working on it, finding cases for us to do case studies also in between. Okay, so that's all for today. And now I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye.
Yeah, ma'am. Bye bye.